Welcome back to DAGryffyn Hobby. My name's Dave. I've got a box here and we need to get it open. Okay, so we got the box. Let's check it out. I can't get through the tape. There we go. You remember those little toys? They were the little foam cylinder and you would squeeze it and it would pop out. Those were always fun. I love how well these protect the package, but I hate taking the item out of the package because they go everywhere. Oh, I hit the camera. Oh man. You know how much I love a well-packaged box, and this was definitely well-packaged. K2580-9503 Pennsylvania Railroad F7 B Unit Diesel Dummy. Operating smoke exhaust units. The diaphragms have all dried out and fallen apart. One day for this set and the Baltimore, Ohio set, I'll do something about that and glue them all back together or get new ones or something. I thought there was a little paint loss on the top, but it was just a little bit of something that came right off. Fantastic. It's a B unit, you know. It makes the engine set more impressive, you know. It looks just like the other ones. Don't know if you can tell, but portions of the vent are see-through, which I think is pretty neat. On these, you really can't tell unless there's light behind them. It doesn't matter. The smoke is set to off. Might as well set it to on. It's got the cable that passes through. So one side's got to be the front, one side's got to be the rear. This one here, which would be the back of the unit, this pivots in the bracket that's, you know, a part of the rear of it, and it doesn't come out any further than that. It just goes side to side. Both of my sets, that pivot has come undone on the lead A unit. What that does is it will bind around a turn, especially a tighter turn. So I was running these on the 042, and that part that's supposed to pivot was sticking out too far, and it kind of lifted the engine up and dropped it back down the track, and the spark was terrifying. I just jumped up and I slammed the power switch on the control center and shut everything down. I couldn't believe that it didn't trip the breaker on the power brick, but it didn't. I don't think I've run these since then. I was going to take them apart and service them, clean them up, and then run them again, but I just haven't had time. I've been working on a couple of things in the train room, not the layout, but I got some more shelves up on the wall over there. I moved the stereo, and I've started rebuilding my control center. I'll tell you more about that in the future, but it's a slow process, and I think I only have the outer loop working at the moment. That really has nothing to do with this, so let's get this on the track and take a look at it. The number on the B unit is 9501B. The A unit in the back is 9501A, and the A unit up front is 9500A. Maybe I need another B unit now. An ABBA. No, I don't. This is good. I'm very happy with this. I feel like I haven't had time to do a video recently. And the last video I did was when I got these A units. And I think that was like 3 weeks ago or maybe more. And I think that's a first since I started this channel, that I went that long without a video. One of the comments on the video for these engines was by Main Central, a channel here on YouTube, and they were pointing out to me that there was a B unit on eBay. My initial response was, I have to go buy that right now. But I was also trying to not go on eBay because you go on there and you find stuff. I let it sit there for a while and I said, you know, I'm going to wait, and if it's still there later, maybe I'll purchase it. And at some point I figured, this is silly. This is the exact piece I need to complete the set. It's the right set number, it's the right part number, it's the right everything. It's the B unit that goes with these engines. So I figured if it's still there and I don't buy it, I'm kind of a dingus, because it's, how many times is that B unit going to come up? I haven't seen yet the B unit for the B&O engines. It's entirely possible I missed it, but I haven't seen one come up. So it would really be annoying if I passed on this B unit, which is, like I said, the exactly correct one for the set, and then I could never find it again. That would really, I don't know, bother me. So I figured, what the heck? I don't want to pay the $150 that they had listed it for, or $147. So I was like, I'm okay with $100. So I made the offer, they accepted, and I got this from New York Electric Trains on eBay. They also have a store in Manorville, Long Island, and I have passed that store countless times. Well, that's probably not that many. But when I pass it, it's always at a weird time because it's on my way out to Montauk, which is usually really early in the morning or really late in the day. So I have never once actually been passing there while they were still open. But someday I will get there. I actually do have to go out to Montauk tomorrow, so who knows? Maybe I'll be able to swing by. That would be pretty cool. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But they have a lot of great stuff, both on eBay and, from what I've seen in pictures, in the store. So if you've never checked them out, go check them out. Look at them on eBay. Check out their website. And if you're on Long Island, try to stop in. It's right off Manorville Road in the shopping center by the McDonald's and the 7-Eleven, I believe. If you're on your way out to the Hamptons or Montauk, it's a perfect place to stop if you happen to be passing there during normal business hours. I should put a little fluid in the smoke unit, because if it's never been primed, it's not going to smoke. The question then is there actually a smoke unit in there, or has it been removed? Hopefully it's in there. Track power. You know what? I was working on the control center. I don't think it's plugged in. Yeah, look at that. Nothing's plugged in. Well, it's not going to work if it's not plugged in, Dave. Okay, I think that's power. Let's try this again. Track 1. Power. Nothing's blown up yet. Engine. I gotta change the number on this one. Holy crap. Well, the breaker tripped that time, I'll tell you that. Holy crud. Quite a spark, a little bit of smoke, and it looked like it welded the center rail a little. The problem being, this little pivot, it comes out, and it's sticking out on an angle, and what ends up happening is it wedges the connector between the two engines and pops this off the track. So I'm going to see if I can pop that back in without going crazy here. Which I don't think I can, which is part of the problem. They're kind of, you got to take it all apart. The problem is I don't really remember. I also can't really see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go over to the workbench for a couple minutes and see if I can get that straightened out. And if I can, hopefully I didn't fry the engine. Okay, I was able to pop it back in by putting a small screwdriver between the connector and the little bracket for the pivot point. Kind of wedge it in between the two and then push the connector back up into place. And you see now it freely pivots side to side. Check out the center rail though. Look at that little bit of damage it did there. I'm a little nervous. Kind of a good example that when you see a problem, that's probably the time that you want to repair that problem and not wait until later. When you identify the problem is probably the time to remedy it. Okay, power up. Those smoke units are a little on the loud side. They were all running. No smoke from the B unit yet. So I'm going to turn them off for now. What I've noticed with these K-line F units is that at a really, really slow speed, they kind of, well, they're not smooth, especially not when starting up. Maybe when they're slowing down, they're a little smoother. So you're not really going to get a super slow crawling out of these. But these are 20, 25 years old, so that's fine. As far as the way they run most of the time, it's perfectly fine. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on DAGryffyn Hobby.